Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India Live, India's voice to the world. I'm Preeti Kaur. Coming up in the next 30 minutes. India's External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar attends Quad Foreign Ministers meeting in Washington, D.C. Member nations commit to free and stable Indo-Pacific. US President Trump warns Russia of fresh sanctions if Putin does not negotiate on Ukraine. After Donald Trump's threat to impose 25% tariff, Canada vows strong response while Mexico pledges calm. Death toll in Turkey's ski resort fire rises to 76. Authorities working to identify bodies, 9 people detained so far. And in cricket, India to play against England in the first match of the 5-match T20 International Series at Kolkata's Eden Garden. India's External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar attended the Quad Foreign Ministers meeting in Washington, D.C., along with his counterparts from Australia, Japan and the United States. The member nations underlined the priority it has in the foreign policy and held discussions on wide-ranging dimensions, including a free, open, stable and prosperous Indo-Pacific. Leaders agreed on the importance of thinking bigger, deepening the agenda and intensifying our collaboration. The meeting sends a clear message that in an uncertain and volatile world, the Quad will continue to be a force for global good. In the joint statement released after the meeting, the Quad Foreign Ministers also announced commencement of the next Quad Leaders Summit to be hosted by India. This was the first Quad Foreign Ministers meeting just a day after Donald Trump took over the presidency of the US. US Secretary of State Marco Rubio held his first bilateral meeting with India's External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar after assumption of office as the top American diplomat. Both the leaders exchanged views on a wide range of global and regional issues. They also reviewed the extensive bilateral partnership, of which Jaishankar said that Marco Rubio has been a strong advocate. Posting on X, Dr. S. Jaishankar showed commitment of looking forward to closely working with him to advance strategic cooperation. On the sidelines of the Quad Foreign Ministers meeting, Dr. S. Jaishankar had a meeting with the U.S. National Security Advisor Mike Waltz at the White House. Apart from promising to work together on an active and outcome-oriented agenda, both the leaders discussed strengthening friendship to ensure mutual benefit and enhance global stability and prosperity. At the World Economic Forum 2025, Indian ministers Chirag Paswan and Jayant Chaudhary, along with the Chief Minister of the Indian state of Telangana, Revanth Reddy, together inaugurated the India Pavilion in Davos, Switzerland on Tuesday. The pavilion, which showcases India's economic potential, features various Indian states, each seeking investment opportunities and fostering international collaborations. India's Civil Aviation Minister K. Ram Mohan Naidu addressed a discussion on infrastructural excellence and transforming the civil aviation landscape in India in Davos at the World Economic Forum meeting in Switzerland. The minister discussed aviation opportunities in India, from MRO development to sustainability goals. He stressed on creating a roadmap for using sustainable aviation fuel in the aviation industry for a bright green future for the world. Ram Mohan Naidu also visited the Maharashtra Pavilion in Davos. The run-up to the Delhi Assembly elections, scheduled to be held on 5th of February, has seen political parties leaving no stones unturned to woo the voters and gain a leg up against their rivals. While welfare measures are seen as biggest factor behind the ruling Aam Aadmi Party's victory in the national capital in the last 2 elections, other political parties have also lined up several promises that mirror the schemes. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, among the other top leaders of Bharatiya Janata Party, will start campaigning for the Delhi elections. Prime Minister will have a virtual dialogue with booth presidents on January 26. And now we get to all the latest from the Mahakumbh, the largest gathering of humans on the planet. Charity is a strong pillar of Mahakumbh's vision and mission, and to ensure this, Netra Mahakumbh is taking place for the first time ever in the 10th city. The mega eye camp is giving millions of devotees free services, medicines and doctor consultations. Deepika Mathur brings us more details about one of its kind initiative at Kumbh.
Charity or daan has a special significance in India's culture. It is also one of the strongest pillars of the greatest festival of Mahakumbh, which is currently underway in Uttar Pradesh's Prayagraj. One such event of charity which is unfolding for the first time ever is Netra Kumbh, which is an eye camp. The camp is giving free medicines, eye drops, doctor consultations and specs to thousands of devotees each day. Speaking about this unique initiative, the general manager said that this has been a dream project.
To achieve the goal OPD of 5 lakhs and free spectacles 3 lakhs to the all class of peoples.
More than 60 doctors are residing in the Kumbh premises, whereas more than 700 doctors are travelling to attend to the patients at Netra Kumbh.
Around 750 doctors have arrived here in Mahakumbh to see the patients, to operate them and to give them the best of the advices. We have with us few of the resident doctors. There are around 60 resident doctors who are residing at one single point of time. Let's talk with them.
I'm an eye surgeon. It is a big honor to be here.
We have come here to give our health services. Really, it is very nice arrangement. I appreciate the organizing team.
I appreciate the initiative by Yogi government, and this Netra Kumbh is really going to help a lot to the resident people as well as from all over India.
Netra Kumbh is setting a new benchmark, ensuring safety and security as well.
Meeting all the patients here at a setup which is the largest and the oldest congregation of devotees. And not only this, the patients are also getting eyeglasses. They are getting, and everything is for free. There is no cost that the patients have to pay here. And the aim is also to cater the larger number of audience here across India. With camera person Shiv Suman, this is Deepika reporting for DD India from Mahakumbh.
Scores of national and international organizations are coming together to make the Mahakumbh a fruitful experience for devotees. ISKCON is one such organization which is ensuring that no devotee should remain hungry. It's serving the meals to more than 50,000 pilgrims every day through their mega kitchen. DD India's Deepika sends us this report from Ground Zero. Take a look.
Crores of devotees are walking in every day to Triveni Sangam for taking the holy dip. To ensure that none of the devotees remain hungry, many organizations have come together to serve free food or prasadam. One of the organizations is ISKCON, who has set up a mega kitchen to serve more than 50,000 devotees every day.
We are here at Prayagraj, where the biggest and the oldest congregation of devotees is taking place in the form of Mahakumbh 2025, where crore of devotees are coming in each day. Now we are going to take a deep dive into how millions of people are being served, that too for free. Behind me you can see all the ladies here who are sitting here and doing the selfless work of preparing and cooking the food for the millions of devotees.
The management ensures that the food is clean and tasty. At the same time, they are adding nutritional value to the meals of devotees, considering the cold weather conditions.
At this level, every day we are distributing around 1 lakh meal, and on the weekend, on the Isnan day, it goes more and more. In fact, on the day, a few days back, in fact, when there was too much rush, basically on the day of Makar Sankranti, we distributed 2 to 3 lakh meal.
The sumptuous meal is not only helping the devotees in enjoying free and healthy meal, but also ensuring that the purpose of charity at the Mahakumbh is fulfilled.
And this is how ISKCON is serving millions of people through this 45-day mega congregation of devotees at Mahakumbh in Prayagraj. With camera person Shiv Suman, this is Deepika reporting for DD India from Prayagraj.
As India gears up to celebrate its 76th Republic Day on the 26th of January, preparations for the Grand Parade are on at full swing in the national capital. From the disciplined march of soldiers to cutting-edge military equipment, the parade promises to showcase strength, diversity and resilience of our great nation. Let's take a closer look at what's in store in this report ahead.
In the chilly winter mornings of New Delhi, the Indian Armed Forces are in the final stages of their rigorous preparations for the Republic Day parade. A harmonious blend of tradition and technology will be on full display, highlighting the valor and history of the nation's defenders. Leading the parade will be the 6 marching contingents of the Indian Army, each representing a legacy of courage and sacrifice. The contingents include the Brigade of Guards, the Mahar Regiment, the Jat Regiment, the Garhwal Rifles, the Jammu and Kashmir Rifles and the Corps of Signals. Accompanying these contingents is the Army Band, whose powerful patriotic tunes will echo through the venue, inspiring pride in every heart. Adding a touch of heritage is the Mounted Cavalry of the 61st Cavalry Regiment, the world's last operational horse-mounted unit. This year's parade will also highlight the operational prowess of the Indian Armed Forces. Featuring equipments including the T-90 Bhishma tank, mechanized infantry with ICV BMP-2, Sarath and Namis, showcasing mobility and firepower, quick reaction fighting vehicles ensuring rapid deployment capabilities, the Pinaka multiple launch rocket system famed for precision and impact, the battlefield engineering marvel, the short span bridging system, surveillance systems like Sanjay for real-time awareness. Adding to this impressive lineup are advanced systems like the Akash Air Defense Weapon System, the indigenous BrahMos missile system and the Grad BM-21 rocket launcher, reflecting the nation's strides towards self-reliance under the Atmanirbhar Bharat initiative. This year's Republic Day is not just a celebration of military might, but also a testament to India's innovation, progress and indomitable spirit. Akshay Dongre, DD India.
You're watching DD India Live. We're heading for a short break, but after the break, US President Donald Trump affirms tariffs against the European Union with aiming to rectify trade imbalances between the two. US Gulf Coast hit by a winter storm, bringing heavy snow, ice and wind gusts to the region. The annual Winter Lights Fest in London is a sight to behold. Stay with us for a glimpse.
Timeless, boundless and infinite. The essence of faith. The soul of Sanatan culture. From the sacred confluence of Prayag, where divinity descends to earth. Witness the grandeur, the devotion, the magic. World's largest cultural and spiritual gathering, with over 450 million devotees expected to attend. Mahakumbh, India's greatest festival of faith. Exclusively on DD India.
Welcome back after the break. You're watching DD India Live. US President Donald Trump on Tuesday indicated that he may impose fresh sanctions on Russia if President Vladimir Putin refuses to negotiate a deal to end the conflict in Ukraine. Trump made these remarks while talking to media at the White House. However, the US president gave no details on possible additional sanctions. Trump also said that his administration was looking at the issue of sending weapons to Ukraine, adding his view that the European Union should be doing more to support Ukraine. Prior to his inauguration on Monday, Trump vowed to end the Ukraine conflict immediately upon taking office. US President Donald Trump vowed to hit the European Union with tariffs. Trump, in a White House address, cited the need to rectify the EU's trade imbalances with the United States while taking aim once again at Beijing over fentanyl trafficking. Trump had already imposed huge tariffs on China during his first term.
The European Union is very, very bad to us. They treat us very, very badly. They don't take our cars. They don't take our cars at all. They don't take our farm products, essentially. They don't take very much. We have a $350 billion deficit with the European Union. They treat us very, very badly. So they're going to be in for tariffs. We're talking about a tariff of 10% on China based on the fact that they're sending fentanyl to Mexico and Canada.
Canada vowed strong pushback while Mexico urged calm on Tuesday in the face of US President Donald Trump's trade threats that risk throwing their economies into disarray. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has reiterated that his government is ready to respond to all scenarios if US President Donald Trump imposes tariffs on Canada. Talking to media, Trudeau said that Ottawa's reaction would be robust and rapid and measured, but also match dollar for dollar the US tariffs on Canadian imports. Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum, meanwhile, downplayed the tariff threat while urging calm in the face of Trump's announcement of severe new restrictions on migration. Trump said in an Oval Office signing ceremony on Monday that his administration will impose a 25% tax on goods from Canada and Mexico that may come as soon as 1st of February. Greenland's Prime Minister Mute Egere firmly rejected the idea of the island being taken over by the United States. Greenland's Prime Minister on Tuesday said that the Greenlanders do not want to become Americans. He emphasized that the decisions regarding the island's future should be made locally. His statement came after US President on day one in office has again expressed his desire for control over Greenland.
We are Greenlanders. We don't want to be Americans. We don't want to be Danish either. Greenland's future will be decided by the Greenland. And I must insist that the future of Greenland will be decided by the Greenland.
US President Donald Trump on Tuesday announced private sector investment of up to $5 billion, in fact $500 billion, to fund artificial intelligence infrastructure. The announcement on Trump's second day in office follows the rolling back of former President Joe Biden's executive order on AI that was intended to reduce the risks artificial intelligence poses to consumers, workers, and national security.
Together, these world-leading technology giants are announcing the formation of Stargate. So put that name down in your books, because I think you're going to hear a lot about it in the future. A new American company that will invest $500 billion at least in AI infrastructure in the United States and very quickly, moving very rapidly, creating over 100,000 American jobs almost immediately.
AI requires enormous computing power, pushing demand for specialized data centers that enable tech companies to link thousands of chips together in clusters. OpenAI, SoftBank, and Oracle plan a Texas-based joint venture called Stargate and have committed $100 billion initially and then up to $500 billion to Stargate over the next 4 years.
I think this will be the most important project of this era, and as Masa said, for AGI to get built here, to create hundreds of thousands of jobs, to create a new industry centered here.
AI holds incredible promise for all of us, for every American. We've actually been working with OpenAI for a while and with Masa for a while. The data centers are actually under construction.
On TikTok, Donald Trump said that he was open to billionaire Elon Musk buying social media app if the Tesla CEO wanted to do so.
Are you open to Elon buying TikTok?
I would be if he wanted to buy it, yeah.
On your inauguration.
I'd like Larry to buy it too. I have the right to make a deal. And I've met with owners of TikTok, the big owners. It's worthless if it doesn't get a permit.
On his first day in office, President Donald Trump reinstated Cuba's designation as a state sponsor of terrorism, reversing an executive order issued by former President Joe Biden just last week. Biden had announced plans to lift the designation as part of a Vatican-brokered deal to free political prisoners in Cuba. Following the announcement, Cuban authorities began releasing detainees, including some arrested during the 2021 protests and also over economic hardships and government policies. Cuba has freed around 150 prisoners of the 553 it promises to release. Many of these prisoners were jailed for their role in the 2021 protests. South Korea's arrested President Yoon Suk-yeol on Tuesday afternoon attended the third formal hearing of his impeachment trial at the Constitutional Court in Seoul. At the hearing, Yoon denied ordering military commanders to drag lawmakers out of parliament during his short-lived bid to impose martial law. Yoon said he had worked in public service with a firm commitment to free democracy. Parliament voted to impeach Yoon last month, and last week the Constitutional Court began a trial to decide whether to permanently remove him from office. Yoon is also facing a separate criminal investigation into whether he led an insurrection. He had been detained since last week. It marks the first time in the country's modern history that an impeached president attends a court hearing in person. A fire at a ski resort hotel in Turkey's Bolu Mountains killed 76 people and injured dozens, forcing panicked guests to jump out of windows in the middle of the night. Interior Minister said that there had been 238 guests staying at the hotel, situated at the base of several ski slopes, which smoldered until the afternoon. Authorities are conducting DNA tests to identify some of the bodies recovered from the scene of the fire. Police detained 9 people as part of the investigation. Yerlikaya said, adding that prosecutors will shed light on the cause of the fire and people responsible will be brought to justice. A rare winter storm churned across the U.S. Gulf Coast, bringing heavy snow, ice and wind gusts to a region where floods are unusual, while much of the United States remained in a dangerous deep freeze. Residents were taking the rare opportunity to walk and play in the snow. Up to 5 inches of snow were forecast for Mobile, Alabama, where such accumulations have not been seen in more than 60 years. A snowstorm warning was in effect for 31 million people from southern Texas east through Georgia and north to the Carolinas and into Virginia on Tuesday until Wednesday morning, the service said. A quick look at other stories making it to the headlines from across the world. In Argentina, the 139th person kidnapped during the country's military dictatorship returns to their homeland. Argentine human rights NGO announced the identification of the person kidnapped in November 1977 and since then had disappeared. Born between January and February 1978, the person returns to the homeland after 47 years. Noel Trevor, the Emmy-winning comedian and presenter, is set to host the Grammy Awards. Superstar singer Beyoncé leads the pack of the nominees this year. The Recording Academy and CBS announced Trevor will also work as a producer on the ceremony, supporting wildfire relief initiatives and also honor the dedicated first responders to the devastating wildfires in Los Angeles. Louis Vuitton began with their Paris Fashion Week with a lineup of jazzed-up streetwear. Men's creative director Pharrell Williams drew his audience to a rear courtyard of Louvre Museum. Models strode around the set, marching music at Paris Men's Fashion Week, which runs through January 26. Globally, high-end labels are grappling with a rare slowdown in appetite for fashion and accessories. However, hopes are pinned on the United States market for growth this year. In Hong Kong, 2 locally born giant panda cubs will be meeting public for the first time next month. Since the birth of the 2 baby pandas last year, residents have been following the cubs. The 6-month-old twins will debut at Ocean Park on February 15th. A naming ceremony for the cubs is also expected along with the events. A quick look at sports now. Team India, led by Suryakumar Yadav, will take on England in a 5-match T20 international series in Kolkata on Wednesday. Reigning T20 world champions, India have been in terrific form in limited overs cricket. The men in blue have remained unbeaten in bilateral series since their triumph in Barbados. India's squad is further strengthened by the return of pacer Mohammad Shami. As for England, they will be entering the series fresh off a commanding 3-1 victory over West Indies. England announced their playing 11 for the first T20 international on Tuesday. Jos Buttler is set to lead the side, while Harry Brook has been named as the vice captain. London celebrated annual Winter Lights Fest, exhibiting a trail of 12 dazzling new artworks by artists from across the globe. The lights brought a glimmer of light to the grey and wintry cold British capital, with 4 artworks never before seen in the UK's explorers the transformative and other worldly qualities of art and light. Alright, that's it in this edition of DD India Live. But let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. For those of you on the go, you can get all the latest news and updates from India and across the world on the DD India mobile app. This app is available on both Android and iOS platforms, and you can download the respective QR codes. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Preeti Kaur signing off, and from all of us in Delhi, thanks for watching DD India Live.